Welcome to another Fantasy Goodfellas video where we talk about the top 15 tight end rankings for week 12. Richard, you ready?
Let's do it.
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
Boom, boom, boom. Rolling on the field.
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
All right, before we get started, Richard, tell me how we did on last week's rankings.
If we take out Gerald Everett and Dallas Goedert, who didn't play due to injury, we hit on 11 of 13 tight ends.
Boom, boom, boom.
That is so hard to do when it comes to tight ends, top 15 tight ends. We were on the money, only missing on Dalton Schultz and Greg Dulcich. We gotta keep this going.
Well, that's excellent compared to how hard it is for the tight end rankings. All right, let me just explain what goes on in our videos. Richard gives us rankings. I use our stat machine to see if you agree or disagree with each of his rankings. All right, Richard, line them up.
Okay, at number 1, we have Travis Kelce, home against the LA Rams. Not much to say here. Travis Kelce has been consistent and clearly the best tight end in football. At number 2, Mark Andrews at Jacksonville. We hope Mark Andrews is feeling better, getting better. He did just enough to be in the top 15 last week. We hope the trend continues. At number 3, George Kittle, home against New Orleans. George Kittle had a great game Monday night. Will the trend continue? I believe so. He's too good, and that offense is clicking. At number 4, TJ Hockenson, home against New England. Hockenson didn't have a monster game in week 11, but we saw how much Kirk Cousins was looking for him, especially in the red zone. So I think Hockenson is definitely trending up. And number 5, Dalton Schultz will be home against the New York Giants. He did not have a good week 11, but we know Dak historically likes to throw it to Dalton Schultz. And in a game where Dak might have to pass more than he did last week, I think Dalton Schultz will do fine. And number 6, Gerald Everett at Arizona. Everett missed last week. If he plays this week, he should do fine against an Arizona defense that has been pummeled all season. And number 7, Pat Freiermuth at Indianapolis. We know about Pittsburgh's struggles on offense, but Freiermuth has been ultra consistent. And number 8, Dawson Knox at Detroit. A great matchup. Knox will probably score. And number 9, Juwan Johnson at San Francisco. It's a tough defensive matchup, but Juwan Johnson has produced in recent weeks like other basketball players have, former basketball players, such as the Tonys, Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates. I don't know if Juwan Johnson is there yet, but he's trending positively. And number 10, David Njoku, home against Tampa Bay. Njoku might return from injury, and he's been productive. And you know what? Brissett's been passing for a lot of yards, as bad as he is. So Njoku, if he plays, will probably have a good game. At 11, Greg Dulcich at Carolina. Dulcich was on a roll up until last week, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. At number 12, Tyler Higbee at Kansas City. Okay, the Rams are going to have to pass a lot to keep up with Mahomes. The only issue is the quarterback is probably going to be Bryce Perkins. But as usual, with new quarterbacks, with rookie quarterbacks, they go to their tight ends a lot. So I think Higbee's going to be fine. And number 13, Hayden Hurst at Tennessee. Big Red, Cincinnati, that offense is explosive. I think Hurst will be okay. And number 14, Cole Kmet at the New York Jets. So Cole Kmet, he's been doing well recently. We know he's athletic. Jets are a tough matchup. And Trevor Siemian might be at the helm there for the Bears if Justin Fields can't play. I think regardless, I think Cole Kmet's going to be fine. He's going to make some plays. And then number 15, Mike Gesicki, home against Houston. It's a great matchup. That Miami offense is explosive. I think Gesicki will score at least a touchdown. And that is my top 15 tight ends for week 12.
All right, let's just look at your rankings compared to some other people's rankings. The only one I see is Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, again, for me, it's about matchup and awesome offense. Why not?
All right. Well, thanks for coming on here and sharing your top 15 tight end rankings for week 12. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and always put your questions in the comments section. Richard, parting words.
Yeah, keep at it. Love your fantasy team.
Those fantasy good fellas.
Boom, boom, boom. Rolling on the field.
Those fantasy good fellas.